This is why we haven't made videos.
We've got wild creatures here in the pawpaw orchard. That is Cyrus, son of Akiva. There's Akiva Silver of Twisted Tree Nursery in the shade of a pawpaw. And we're here in a beautiful grove, I think planted in the mid-90s. Really nice, mature, productive pawpaw trees where we have permission to collect, to glean. And so we're gleaning all of these dropped fruits. I'm sorting them by fruits that are past prime and rotten. These are going to make incredible seeds, which we'll talk about in another video. Akiva's been sharing some great notes on how he processes lots and lots of seeds. Cyrus has got his stick, which is excellent, of course. Thank you very much. And then we've got some fresh fruit. Really, with pawpaws, if you pick them off the tree, you are not going to be a happy person. It's really, with a lot of fruit, it's about waiting till they fall on the ground. Oh my goodness. That pulp in there is ridiculous. And the beauty part with all this is the wonderful part about being a nursery, is that this is work. This is collecting seed stock to grow out from seed and grow these trees. Akiva does hundreds and hundreds, if not thousands. I do at least many tens of. But this is where it all begins, is collecting this fruit, hopefully enjoying the fruit as much as possible. And then with pawpaws, it's all about getting the seeds clean, but keeping them moist. If you let this sit, on the dashboard of your car, or you let it sit on a counter for a week or two and it gets a nice light creamed coffee color, you have a seed that you can make a necklace out of, but you cannot plant. So most of these seeds will either, my favorite thing is to take buckets of rotten fruit and dump them in the woods where it's a little sunny, and then dump some wood chips on top and get maybe 50 trees or 100 trees. It's probably the least amount of effort for the most amount of tree. Akiva, what do you do?
I clean the seeds and separate them from the fruit, and then I plant them in my air-prune beds. But I think people watching this video have probably seen that video.
Oh yeah, we'll link to it.
Yeah, but I do them in the air-prune beds, and they take a long time to germinate, and I've found if I heat up the soil, they come up a lot faster. So sometimes I'll put black plastic on top of them to get them to sprout sooner, and then they'll come up like around end of June. Otherwise, they'll come up August, even September. But either way, they have a nice little root system. And then the second year, they turn into a pretty good-sized tree.
Cool. There you go. Paws. Really wonderful plant to grow. In particular, if you have a site that already has black walnut, which is really a very exquisite, wonderful tree, but very challenging to grow amongst. Pawpaws are some of the best companion, best adapted to black walnut context trees that I've ever met. And this is it. This is about as big as they're ever going to get. It's not tiny, but they're not huge, huge trees, so real compatible. Let's take another look in another spot. One last little area of interest here is I'm noticing under these pawpaws tons and tons of what one might consider seedlings. It's worth noting, if you're in a pawpaw grove and you see lots of shoots coming up around and underneath pawpaws, it may be a seedling or it may be a sucker. Something like this with a real stout, thick stem. Often if you chase them down, if you were to dig down a little, there'd be a lateral root that aims back to the trunk of a main tree. This is a sucker, and it will not dig up or transplant easily at all. You kind of want to leave those alone. What I'm going to look for today will be actual seedlings. And so these little ones in here, you come in with a hoary and dig straight down. It's a really long taproot, but I'll dig straight down and lift those out and put them directly into water. They should do beautiful. Ooh, Cyrus has something to tell us. Let's go check it out. What is that?
A pawpaw.
Oh my gosh, how big are they?
Giant?
That is a huge leaf. What can you do with those?
No.
Do you think you can fly with them?
No.
Oh. No, it doesn't look like it. But you can do a lot of flapping, so that's cool.
Yeah.
Thanks for showing us such a huge leaf. Huge leaf, huge fruit. They make huge kids. Cyrus will be about 12 feet tall when he's fully grown, right? So the pawpaw tree, Asimina triloba, or Simina triloba,
Yeah.
really cool native tree to the continental US. Zone 5B hardy, not much hardier than that, but really beautiful special tree with exquisite fruit. We didn't even describe the fruit. Imagine, if you will, a fruit that tastes somewhere between a banana, a pear, a strawberry, a papaya, maybe with the texture of an avocado and the size of a mango. That grows in a place that gets negative 25 degrees Fahrenheit. That's a winner. Also, deer don't mess with it. Bugs don't mess with it. Nothing really messes with it. It can grow with black walnut. It can grow in partial shade. It's very hard to kill once it's established. You need a couple to get them growing. Or, I'm sorry, you need a couple to get good fruit set. And there you go, you can see them hanging out in the trees. Strange, beautiful, weird, ancient fruit. The pawpaw. Here in the pawpaw grove, you can see them walking through and collecting. Thanks for watching.
Nice creamy flesh. Whoops. I ruined it.
It almost squeezes out like an ice cream cone.
I actually like to slice them in half with a knife, long ways. Like I would take this and just slice it and then eat it out with a spoon. And that's actually the best way to eat them, I think.
Daddy, look at what I found on the ground. Beautiful.
That's a nice one.
Beautiful.
Look at the only bad spot. That's the only bad spot right there.
That's the only bad spot, one little dot.
Yeah.